on this Saturday. You know what I mean? What are people getting themselves into? Because we're on a Saturday. Feels like it. It don't feel like it. It don't even feel like Saturday. It feels like Sunday or some shit. I think because of Thanksgiving, I just kind of threw everything off. Maybe. It didn't really feel like a Saturday today. Yeah, it's already kind of getting chilly over here, you know, in Killicow. It gets chilly now when the sun goes down. What's cracking, my boy? What's cracking lacking? How was your Thanksgiving, homie? ¿Te la pasaste bien or what? Like you're healthy already? Like you're good now, or are you still feeling sick? I remember you had said that you know you were feeling like under the weather. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna be down over there in Pasas tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna be down there in Pasas, on the southern portion of Pasas. You know what I mean? Gonna take a trip down there. I feel good now, thankfully. I got better before Thanksgiving. That's right. That's good, homie. So you got to get your grub on and everything like that. That's right. What you eat or what you guys have over there? We had the works, homie. We had ham, turkey, mashed potato, man, everything in their mother, bro. And chelas. Can't forget about the chelas. We definitely had a lot of chelas. I got better. That's right, homie. Hey, at least you got sick before before the actual day, because it would have been all fucked up if you would have been sick the actual day. You know, that's grave. Like you wouldn't have even been able to enjoy the meal and shit like that. I was seeing people protesting Thanksgiving, like they're literally protesting out there, like if these people are celebrating like that they slaughtered the Native Americans, or that they're gonna go slaughter them, or that they prove that like it's families getting together and having a meal, bro, and being thankful, making something positive out of something negative. So why should we be focused and stuck on anger and negativity instead of being with family and having a good meal? Like like, so you rather everyone being upset and mad and than to be being with their loved ones and enjoying a meal and being thankful? Like, I don't understand. See, it'll be different if people get together this holiday to go, do some bad shit, or to be like, hell yeah, fuck these people, or you know what I mean? But it's like the opposite of that. My favorite Thanksgiving food would probably be the roast beef and ham. Oh man, I feel you. I love the stuffing. Stuffing my shit. I like the whole entire shit in general, bro. Like that Thanksgiving meal is just fucking. Or probably because we hardly ever have it, like not something that we have all the time. Probably that's what it is, baby. Compared to like everything else that we eat on a day to day. It's probably why it's not so much like, Could be. I know other people make like different stuff, man. And I'm telling you, when we go to my Jefas pad, they make the turkey in pozole. They just fucking cut that motherfucker up and throw him in the pozole. Bam. Turkey pozole. And believe it or not, it tastes no different than regular pozole. Like I said, because the meat soaks up all that juice, so it's not dry. So like I said, it tastes just like any other kind of pozole. No different. Like the closest, I would probably say it tastes like more to the chicken one, than the res. Or the puerco, or however people, whatever they want to use. You know what I'm saying? Because the Mexicans, they be eating that pozole. Which I love too. I am a big pozole fan. I prefer more menudo, but I like them both. And the red ones, not the green. I mean, I'll slap the green one too, but I prefer the red. My fam throws a tamale, throws in tamales and pozole. Yeah, yeah. Tamales for us is more like Christmas and New Year's, but man, tamales, I could smack some tamales. And luckily, around right here, my jale, bro, there's all kinds of tamale places, bro. Like, there's all kinds of people selling tamales around this area. So, like, tamales to me, like, it's always around, you know what I mean? You can find people selling tamales throughout all over this bitch. There's literally tamales like in every corner. I'm not even lying. There's literally tamales in every corner. But probably the best ones are probably the ones in Cesar Chavez. Not Cinco Puntos. Not those. Uh, before Cesar Chavez, actually. And Lorena. Pero también right there in Indiana and Whittier también, sí se avientan. There's actually a few places. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of hard. I heard Guatemala tamales are bad, mostly from my pops and other family members. I don't know. I never tried them to Guatemala. Nah, I never tried a tamal from Guatemala. Why? Is different or what? Like, what kind is there? Is there like the like the dulce ones? Like how they have the candy tamales? Or is it the ones that are wrapped in the different type of banana? They're wrapped in banana leaf, no? They're wrapped in the green leaf? I think those are the ones. Probably that you probably talking about. Because I have a homie who's from Guatemala, and yeah, I remember he had brought some. Yeah, I think it was tamales in a green thing. I don't remember it being bad, but it didn't taste like a tamal. It tasted like kind of like dulce-ish. They use banana peels. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, those are. I wouldn't say that they're bad, but they're just a different type of tamal. They're not like tamales like that we're used to. Like, it's more of it's those kind of tamales, like the kind that you eat in the morning with a coffee, because it's more like a candy bread type stuff. You know what I mean? They use banana peels. Would you do music with Northerners? Would I do music with Northerners? I mean, if it makes sense, you know what I mean? If it makes sense, I don't see why not, you know what I mean? But I would have to first, I would first have to go and make sure that everything's firme and that there's no issues. I would have to go and, go to the powers, that may be, and if everything is, if everything's, A-okay, then yeah, I don't see why not. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wouldn't mind, Now people could be like, "Oh, what kind of shit is that? You should be able to do what you want. What do you mean you're gonna go say okay, bro? That's the program. What you want? You don't gotta like it. You can say what you want. It is what it is." Did you get kicked out again? Yeah, man, I've been getting kicked out all the damn time now. Damn, showing me no love all the time. Que está de perro. Have you ever been to Northern Cali? Yeah, actually, I have. I actually have been to Northern Cali. Been to Sacramento. I've been to Fresno, San Francisco. But you know what's the trip, though? The times that we did go up there, I'm not even going to lie to you, we didn't have the norteños in our mind. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Like, we're like, all right, we're going to go over here. We're going to chill. Like, we completely forgot about all of that. You know what I mean? And when we got there, yeah, it reminded me kind of like over here. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel like I had to be like extra trucha, you know what I mean? Because it just wasn't in my mind, because like I said, we don't interact with them and we don't see them on a day-to-day down here, I'm saying. So that shit's absent from our mind, you know what I mean? It wasn't until we got to my primos and, he told me what's up or whatever that I remembered. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right, huh? And I go, damn, we were just at the liquor store, my boy. We probably would have got clapped. That ain't because we just fucking... That shit completely went over our heads. Why did you stop doing interviews? No, I still do interviews, but Mainly the reason why I stopped doing, interviews, like seeking people to do interviews, it's just that there's a lot of people that, I guess, how could I say? I guess before I would think that, like, if you're being honest with somebody, you're being truthful with somebody, that they'll come and be, 100 with you back, right? But then, I started seeing that some people, you know, don't want to keep it 100, and that at the same time is like, oh, come on now, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, I expect you to keep it a buck back. But you know, some people rather do some, shady shit for attention, bro. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, it kind of just makes it a lot more difficult on who to trust. You know what I mean? Because before I used to just take, like, we from the streets, bro. We take people's word for it. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, where we come from, your word is everything. So, I didn't realize how many people out there, were just shady and goofy, and will make up shit, and and all kinds of crazy shit, all for attention, bro. Like, I never pictured, that there's people out there that would actually be doing that kind of shit, especially from the streets. So then when I started seeing it, I'm just like, what the fuck? Just because, like I said, I'm not used to that kind of shit. Like, what the hell? Real motherfuckers don't behave like that. That's crazy. But it is what it is. What would you say is the largest barrio in the A1A? Pacoima, Pari, Pacas, Treces, maybe. Sanfer is probably the biggest, because Pacoima is split up in different clicas, right? And each clica has their own individual barrio. So even though Pacoima is the largest when it comes to members, if they would be all united, it would be the deepest. But since they're not, and they're all individual neighborhoods, it would have to be Sanfer. Sanfer is probably the deepest. Sanfer is deep. Then there's like the Project Boys and like the Flats, Latin Times. And it's like some Valley Violent Boys. Better like that. We're talking about big ass neighborhoods, they deep. Oh, Barrio Van Nuys. Barrio Van Nuys is another deep ass neighborhood, bro. Them fools were always deep, bro. I remember I got jumped by them a few times, man, and they came deep as fuck, bro. They got me sleeping. Crazy. Yeah, but they would probably be the largest. Do you think Raza will ever get along? Honestly, I do believe so, bro. But here's how I'm gonna spin it. I do believe so that Raza eventually will get along, but once the bullshit in the streets dies down, meaning once people get their shit together, and once these kids don't want to grow up to be gang members, I feel like Raza will get along, right? Like, I feel like as more generations, pass here, less and less people want to be gang members now. You know what I mean? And people can't say that that's not true, because even though gangs still exist and gang members are still around, trust me, it is nowhere near what it once was. You know what I mean? And you don't have a line of motherfuckers that want to get in no more. You know what I mean? So gangs may be out there, but they're not as large as they once were. You know what I mean? Like I said, the amount of people that want to join gangs is at a fewer amount. More and more time passes by, the fewer and fewer individuals want to get in. And like I said, that is truly how these gangs will eventually die out, because then when nobody wants to be from gangs, the gang members that are already in that gang get old and, retire, whatever, do what they do, and the gangs wither away, bro. But it starts with people not wanting to not wanting to join gangs to begin with. And that all starts by people being parents, bro. And actually injecting themselves in their kids' lives. That way their kids don't want to be from the streets. That way this cycle could stop. But, it's never going to happen if people don't want to, own up and grow up and be parents, though. That's the only way it's going to happen. Because, look, I'm going to tell you this. And this is honest truth. You could have counselors go therapists, cops, ex-gang members, priests, all those people. You could come and talk, have them talk to these kids, right? And explain to them that this like that. You could do all of that, bro. But if that fool's parents are not engaged in his life and the house is chaotic where he stays at, right? Then no matter what advice anybody gives him is gonna fly out the window, bro. Once he gets home into that environment, bro, all that advice and positive motivation you gave that kid is flying out the window, bro. You know? Can nobody really set that kid straight except his parents, bro? Because if his parents don't give a fuck, why should he give a fuck? And that's how he's gonna see it, despite what good advice anybody could come and give them. And like I said, and I should know. The Villas boys' worst enemies, they go at it with the Denver Lanes. Yeah, well, they go at it with everybody right there. I know because I have a camarada, the homie Jacob, you know, from Villa Boys. Call him Moreno. You know, he's a good camarada of mine. He used to work right here at the Halle, but he got a better Halle, you know. And that was the boy. Well, he still is the boy. And he's from Villa Boys. He's a veterano. And yeah, it's be crazy out there. Respects to you, bro. Hey, gracias, my boy. Likewise. I've been watching you for a while. Hey, I appreciate the support. I personally think that won't ever happen. It's just my opinion. We hate on one another so that much. That is very true. We do, but never lose hope on anything, right? Like there's hope for everything in this world, bro. Even if it may be a, you know, slim hope none itself, bro. You know? So there's a chance, you know, for anything. So you shouldn't give up on, you know, potentially progress being made, you know, just because you don't see no results already. You shouldn't give up on it, you know. Because like I always say, you know, tomorrow is always going to be better than today. So no, I'm telling you, it's not as bad as it once was back then, bro. Like back then, and I should know, you know, because I still hang out, you know, I still kick it. And like I said, I was around back then in the streets. Bro, it was, my guy, no te miento, my boy. When we would be posted, I'm not bullshitting, this is all facts. When we would be posted, we would get run up on and lit up maybe like about 3 times a day, bro, by different barrios, bro. And then we would go and then they would come back like that, bro. Like 3 times a day, bro. Just in one day, bro. You know? We used to, before you would drive, bro, you used to see everybody out there for like 30, 40 motherfuckers, dog. No matter where you went to, what barrio, everybody was in their prime, bro. You had all kinds of motherfuckers out there, bro. You know? It wasn't like you would just throw to a barrio, there was no one out there representing. Nah, everybody had motherfuckers out there representing. You know, but like I said, but back then there wasn't that as much cameras. You know, when fools be like, yeah, these fools ain't like the ones before. Well, yeah, there's all kinds of fucking cameras now and shit like that. You can't buzz hot as like you were able to do before. And the laws changed too, because now you can't be just standing out there. It's called loitering. You can get arrested for that. Back then they didn't have those kind of laws, so the cops couldn't even tell you shit if you were just standing out there. You know, because there was no law in place to, you know, for them to book you guys like that. But now there is, right? So laws change, all these cameras, it makes it a lot more difficult. So it's not that these fools, you know, woo. It's just that it makes it harder. Like back then we had it more lovely. That's why you had a bunch of motherfuckers doing all kinds of shit, right? Because they weren't slamming you as soon as you got hit with 40, 50 years like they do now. You know what I mean? And there's not as much cameras as there was. Like I said, bro, back then it was a lot more easier than it is now, you know? And that's the reason why you know, back then they'll bust some fools. They used to just come in and out. Now they hit you, you can get like 20 years, bro. You're going to be sitting down there for a long time. So when fools be like, oh, you know, back then it was more like, yeah, because we had it a lot more easier. You know? It's not that we were more witted than these fools or that these fools can't get witted. It's a lot more difficult now. You know? Like, I'm able to see that, you know, hanging around with these individuals. And like I said, from back then, bro, I'm not biased. I'm not going to be trying to act like if my times were the downest times. Like, oh, yeah, back in my days, homie, we were the most chingón, dog, when it comes to putting Halle. Nah, dog, we got to be realistic, bro. This is the reason why shit is the way it is. Facts. You know, che gente se quieren sentir bien salsa los güeyes. Bro, let's keep it real. That's what it is. Because like I said, they make fun of these fools in Edgar's and tight pants, whatever, but they'll pimp your cat back, bro. These fucking youngsters ain't playing either, bro. You know, despite however they want to look, bro, they'll pimp your cat back, bro. Some of these youngsters don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, the last time I was at a Superior, bro, I was waiting outside because I don't want to go in. My Hannah was waiting. I was waiting for my Hannah to come outside, right? I was at a Superior. Pinches morrillos passing by, one of them in a skateboard. You know, when I looked to my side or whatever, and by the time I turned back to look at where they were at, I had a fucking cannon, bro, right in my face. A cannon, dog. Che pistola más grande que ellos. I was like, damn. You know, they asked me where I'm from. I told them. They told me where they were from. And, oh, shit, all right. They were like, all right, female dog. Yeah. I was busting in camp with your homie. With you. Oh, serio? Well, yeah, you know. Homie put it back in his backpack. And they took off. But let's say if I would have been a rival of theirs, bro, that shit would have been in, dog, lights out. And these fools did not look like they were, like, you know, banged out or whatever. But they were ready to handle business. You know what I mean? Because that fool didn't look like he was playing. If I would have said, you know, his enemy's neighborhood or whatever, bro, it would have been lights out. No doubt in my mind. You know? It's reeled in the field. And that was my mistake because I underestimated, you know, how they look and their age. You know what I mean? Because I would put them, they were probably like, I would say they were probably like 13 or 14. You know what I mean? Maybe 15, probably the oldest they were. And especially from that little conversation that we had, you know, that one of them that was busted in juvenile hall with one of my camaradas. Yeah, I could already tell that this fool was young, bro. Just because his overall slang and energy, that I could just tell, like, okay, you know. A lot of generations got life sentence. Yeah, facts. It's sad, but when I run into a white man or a black man out in public, it's all good. But when I see Chicanos or Mexicans in the streets, there's always tensions. There is, bro. You know what I mean? There is. You know, because these individuals are... Well, don't get me wrong. Blacks are territorial, too, and their stomping grounds. You know what I mean? Whites, obviously not, because whites are different, bro. Whites... Look, and I don't know if this has a part to play with it. Probably it does. The cultures are different, bro. White, you know, suburban families, even though they have, you know, issues in themselves, and some of them do turn out to be from the street life and everything like that. Overall, their culture is a little bit different. And even though people make fun of it when you see, you know, comedy shows and sitcoms where they're like, oh, you know, that, you know, they're like, why do you guys put your kids at your guys' level where they're like, go to timeout and they don't want to spank them, or, you know, how Mexicans and blacks always normally say, well, you got to smack the shit out of them. You got to fucking strangle them or whatever. Yeah, that's probably why there's more Hispanic and black gang members than there is whites, bro, because they handle their shit differently, bro. You know what I mean? They actually, you know, engage in conversation, you know, get to the source and the roots of the problem with understanding, while blacks and Hispanic families, you know, de volada want to go to insults and verbal abuse, or, you know, actually, you know, smacking the shit out of them, or, you know, chanclas or whatever. That's probably why there's more black and Hispanic gang members than there is whites. I mean, people can't say that, well, where's the evidence? I mean, if the fact in itself in the numbers, bro, why there's so many Hispanic and black gamers and less whites? And clearly we know the difference in how we raise the kids, because it's even plastered in sitcoms, movies, and all of that, bro. You know, maybe joking about it, but because we all recognize and highlight the differences, that we can see them. And that's probably why there's less white gang members than there is of any other ethnicity. Because blacks and Hispanics, like I said, always want to refer to, you know, the insults and the violence. That's probably why we have the amount of, you know, street individuals that we do. And people can't just say, it's only here in America, because in Mexico, that's why there's so many people that are from cartels and do illegal shit, because the culture comes from over there and the race. That's how when people talk about their households, we can all relate to it, like when they're talking about it, like George Lopez or any of them, because their families sound just like our family. Like, pinche pendejo, vente para acá, and blah, blah. Oh yeah, that's how my jefa sounds. Oh, my jefa just says the same shit. Yeah, because that's within the culture, but that's probably not the best way to be speaking to your kids or treating your kids. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I mean, because in all true reality, look at all the amount of Hispanic gang members, and in Mexico, the amount of people that join cartels and everything like that. I mean, I mean, you know what I mean? What is it? The food? The water? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the way that we're raising our kids. Could it not be? Potentially, maybe? No. Okay. So let's keep figuring out what it is then. It's 2023, ladies and gentlemen. We still haven't gotten nowhere. Because, you know, this is an option, right? Could it be not the way we're raising our kids? No, it can't be that. It has to be something else. Well, what else can it be? We already tried everything in the goddamn book. How about not looking into this? No, we refuse to do that. I don't know. Just saying. Like, you know, could it not be potentially that maybe this is what it is? You know, because, you know, a lot of these people raising their kids to be machistas, que no se dejen, and que they gotta be el gallo and you know, el mero mero, and bien chingón, bien machista. But that's the best advice you should be giving a kid, you know, being raised, especially when he has to interact in life with other individuals, right? And, you know, when you're interacting with other individuals, you know, you got to respect people's boundaries and stuff like that. But if you're teaching them that que nadie le puede decir ni vergas and what they will, then, I mean, he's going to grow up with having this kind of mental and karate to him that is probably not going to be so good to be fitted in within society. O like, no, ¿cuál amor que ni madres? Eso es para las pinches viejas. Este es un hombre de verdad. Like, all right. So you get a lot of these fools that think that they're all like machos, you know what I mean? They beating on women and think they could do whatever they want. Probably not the best way, best advice to be giving away how to raise somebody. Okay, that's what I was going to say nowadays. Yeah, you can, bro. Nowadays, I'm telling you, my little homies look like some regular cats, bro. You know what I mean? They don't dress with no Ben Davis and nothing like that, bro. You know, you wouldn't even be able to tell, but trust me, they will blow your shit back. You know, them fools are not playing. I try to give them the best advice I could give them, but I mean, there's only so much I could do, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're going to want to do what they're going to want to do. I've been banged on a few times in my life. No jokes when you're in the predicament. Yeah, that's true. But a lot of people también se les va la canica. Like, a lot of people, I don't know if it's their pride or whatever, that they end up saying like some insults back, and then that only makes a scenario like, if you tell somebody some stupid shit like this, right, when you already feel tension, then expect some violence to come after that, bro. And then people can't even be like, why the fuck did they do that? Like, well, why'd you react like that, bro? All you really had to say is nowhere and just, you know, go about your day. But you had to just say something, huh? So, and tell me, these individuals are ticking time bombs, bro. Well, I'm not going to let someone talk to me like that. Okay, then. Then expect what's going to come after that. Expect the pinche desmadre that comes with you not wanting with you wanting to feel macho just like them. You wanting to prove a point just like them. Right? You're not wanting to put your pride aside just like them. Then expect the repercussions to come with that, and I hope it was worth it to satisfy your ego. Be the bigger person. Yeah, they're dumb, and what they're doing is dumb. Yeah, but let them be. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're bigger than that. You're better than that. So, you know, you could put your ego to the side, and, you know, because you're bigger than that, right? You're better than that. So show them, lead by example. Show them, you know, that I'm going to be the bigger person, and, you know what I mean? But if you're going to want to act just like them because of your pride, and you know what I'm saying? Now that's fucked up. It is. It's the way it is, though. If a lion comes and roars at me, I'm not gonna smack the fucking lion or kick it or tell him that he's stupid because he fucking roared at me. I'm gonna be like, "Hi, nice kitty, nice kitty. Hey, I don't want any, I don't want any problems." You know what I mean? If I do any of the other shit, that fucking shit's gonna fucking maul me up, bro. Like, ¿tú crees ese pinche león que le voy a tener miedo a ese pinche pussy? Nah. But I'm telling you, when people don't want to put their egos and all that to the side, bro, that's all that is ego tripping people's, egos and prides, bro. He's not gonna punk me. How's that punking you, bro? You're being the bigger person. Nah, but I'm not gonna let myself. Okay, but what were you gonna get out of it? Nah, but at least I know. Okay, and potentially losing your life was worth that. Okay, I guess it makes sense. Not really, but doesn't really make sense. But all right. But I'm telling you, bro, it's the same mentals. They just think that it's different because they're not the ones, that, started it, or they're not the ones that are from gangs. But it's the same mental, though. It's the same mentality. So you're going to risk your life to prove a point to who? To show people that you didn't let yourself. But who are these people that you're talking about? Who's seeing and who's saying anything? Fucking shit that they invent in their heads, bro. Nah, no one's gonna tell me that I let myself. But who are you? There's no one here. Who the fuck are you talking about? Or what does it matter? You don't even know these people. Like, let's say they do tell somebody. Bro, you don't even know those fucking people. And you got away with your life. Come on now. You're not in jail. You're not dead. So you won, if anything, no? So you're telling me if you could have potentially lost your life or end up in jail because of some shit happening, then that would be you winning? Doesn't sound much like a victory to me, bro. I don't know. I'm just saying. All Latin American countries are corrupted in one way or another. This is true, and that's the United States' fault, though. The United States made these countries that way. It was their fault that they literally turned these countries this way. You don't have to take my word for it. You can look into it, right? On other coups that the United States American government did on Honduras, on Guatemala, on El Salvador, setting them back generations, bro. These fools dick them over. Gotcha. But the crazier part about it is they don't teach you that kind of history in high school and stuff like that, right? Like when you're going to school, you'll learn that if you take, like, let's say college courses in history, right? If you take college courses in history, they'll teach you this stuff, right? But you don't learn this like in, like, let's say, like LAUSD schools, right? Like this kind of history, which makes you wonder, like, why the fuck not, right? I mean, I think it's, important information, right? But of course, they're only going to teach it to you if you take college courses, because not that many people could afford college courses or to take college in general, right? So less amount of people have that information. No some pendejos either. These motherfuckers know what they're doing. That's no conspiracy, bro. I mean, could only spit it for, the results that they're giving. So how do they gangbang now if there's no uniform? That's the thing. You just hit up whoever you think is possibly, gang related, or if somebody's rioting and something like that, bro. You know what I mean? If somebody's giving like some indication that they're, But normally now it's like you pretty much gotta hit up everybody because you just don't even know, bro. Like, fools can't even say no more, do I look like a gang member? You're not allowed to say that no more, bro, because everyone looks like a gang member now. Because they look like everybody else, so. Quien sabe? I don't know. You probably are. If people go to my videos, right, that I upload on my other channel, when I, shout out the homies, if you look at all the modern day pictures, bro, fools be like, damn, those fools are gang members? Like, yeah, this is how they look now. Damn, they look like just me and my homies. Yeah, I know. They don't look like gang members no more, bro. What you want? Get with the times, you get left behind. What are your thoughts on cartel work with some student? Oh, my boy, I can't talk about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Pensa. certain topics like that, like I just can't go into, like when it comes to like carteles and sureños and, yada, yada. Topics like those I just can't dive into, There's a drug busting. A few years ago. Serio? Yeah. Yeah, like I said, my boy, there's certain things that I just can't go and, talk about. That just happens to be one of those topics. I'm chilling at home, and that's why I don't show how many. Yeah, facts. Or bears, for that matter. They're over here whipping the bears and beating them. Yeah, that's probably not the best thing to do, bro, because eventually, you want to hit something to try to fix it, right? You're gonna beat it until it listens to you. Eventually, they're gonna get tired of it, and it's gonna go bad for you. You know what I mean? That's why you always see it happen, time and time again. You see these lions, tigers, bears, and all these shits fucking attack their owners and maul them. Yeah, bro, because eventually to them it's nothing no more. That fear of them getting hit, it goes away, bro. It goes away. También con los niños, it goes away. What are you gonna do? Hit me with a belt? Been there, done that. Well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you can't, you can't apply violence to something and expect it to work, bro. Because eventually they become accustomed, and the violence and the fear that they had for that violence just goes away, bro. And now you truly harden that individual. And once that individual's hardened, it's gonna be very, very difficult for you now to, get that person to see your ways or why he should follow, any type of ration in the world. Once he reaches that point, bro. Because to that point, he already got to where he just doesn't give a fuck no more. And once they get to that point, trying to bring them back, or families now trying to establish a relationship, it's gonna be fucking hard, bro. Because they have already been, they already reached their max, bro. That they're just not gonna hear nothing no more. And once somebody's stuck like that, bro, then, then that's when that's when truly they're at their worst. The reason why they're able to be out there running around gunning and shit like that and high-speed chases and cry, like damn, don't these motherfuckers give a fuck about that? They don't care whether they live or die, bro. That's why they're out there. They don't care whether they live or die. And I get it. They're 15, 16, 17-year-olds. Yeah, I understand that. But they don't give a fuck if they live or die, bro. And I know, it's the weird part is, if this person comes from a loving home, that's odd that a kid that's only 15, 14, 13, 16, 17, whatever, doesn't care whether he lives or dies. I don't know about you, but someone that comes from a loving home doesn't normally have that mentality or that type of thinking, right? Someone who comes from a loving background cares if they live or die. The fact that these people are willing to risk their lives and freedom on a day-to-day out there shows that they don't give a fuck what happens to them and whether they live or die. Because we all understand when we're out there the risk that comes with it and what could happen to us. We're not stupid. It's not like, oh, it's never gonna happen to me. We're aware of the risks out there. We just don't give a fuck about them. We don't give a fuck about the risks and chances. Sad. True. Oh, it's coming, my boy, on BG. Yeah, it's coming already. Does San Fernando Valley have any Swamis? Yeah, they have the Sun Valley Swami. Well, not no more. They have the San Fernando Swami. They had the Sun Valley. They had the North Hollywood Swami on Lancashire. Psh. Woo, that's where we used to get all our gear. Have you seen 50, 60-year-olds still gangbanging? Yes. My uncles. Some of my family members. Nah, but yeah, I still see homies like that. Some homies are just stuck in their ways, bro. Some homies just come from an environment that was already too fucked up to, there was no helping them, bro. There was no. Some people come from some pretty fucked up situations, bro, and there's no fixing them. There's no helping them, Sad but true. Don't become them, and I agree to a point, because some still, I know. As a matter of fact, I'm one of those, because my family is from my barrio, right? My jefe, my jefa, my uncles, and everybody are from my barrio, right? But a majority, I'm one of those rare cases, right? And not just me, but there's a few other homies, right? But at an overall scale, like let's say if there's 100 of us, bro, if there's 100 of us posted, maybe only about 8 of us come from families who are actually gang related compared to the rest, you know. And that's just because there's some people that come from some, like I said, some fucked up situation that there's just no helping them, and they don't provide the best of lessons. You know what I mean? It is what it is, you know. But I happen to be one of those cases because my family's from my neighborhood. But like I said, it's rare though, because all my homies' families don't, you know, their jefes and jefas are, you know, are not gang related, have no gang ties to them. You know what I mean? You know, I could only think of maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 other homies who maybe their family's gang related. That's how much little it is that I can't even think off the top of my head, bro. Because the majority of them, their families are not gang related. And like I said, and most of the homies' kids, the homies that I know that have kids, their kids are not gang related, you know, and they're already older, bro. And they didn't grow up to be gang members. You know, only a few still, you know, teach their morals that, you know, the ones that, like I said, bro, there's just no fixing them. You know, they're just stuck in their ways. Because like I said, they come from some predicaments where nobody could tell them anything, bro, because, you know, their situation, you can't relate, you know, to what they've been through. Can you name some BG fighters off the top of your head? Yeah, Bell Garden Locals, you know, Wicked Evil Sureños, Fosteria Boys, Junior Mafia, Rookstown, JBI, BG Playboys, BG King Cobras, Whitmore Street. Let's see, who else is in BG? Notorious, NTS. Who else is over there? Cam is over there. DSW is over there. And you got a lot of fighters in BG, bro. Yeah, it's just a few. And I got a gang of homies out of Bell Gardens. I know a lot of homies from Bell Gardens. Yeah, but that's just a few. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, my lunch is already over. I got to get back to it. We out.